What is new at the drugstore for makeup? We have quite a bit of new launches, a mixture of brands, so let's just begin with it. This one is from Walmart and exclusively at Walmart, a new foundation. This is by the brand Ama, and this is, like I said, exclusively at Walmart, and this is their Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation. I have 4 shades because I had no idea what shade I'm in. This retails for $14.98. They're basically saying this is a medium to full coverage. It's available in 6 unique formulations. It is long-lasting, transfer-proof, with a soft, radiant, natural finish. This skin perfecting balm is supercharged with skincare ingredients. So we're gonna try with a dampened sponge and a foundation brush. Just gonna take this tiniest amount. This already looks too light. Yep. Let's just go with T2 and then we'll go with White Pearl T4. You can see it's a little thick, but still nice and liquidy. So let's start off slow. Let's use a brush first. I'm just gonna go with my Bobbi Brown and just start tapping this into the skin. That looks like a really good color. It smells like some kind of salad, like a leafy green salad. Infused with watermelon extract, apple starch, and a lentil fruit. And then this one is infused with a green coffee extract. Wow, that actually blended really nice with the brush. And I really like that it doesn't look very matte, because they're saying it's supposed to look a very soft focus with a kind of very dim, infused light from within type of a look. I'm gonna leave the cheeks right here with a sponge and see what I prefer. Wow, this is really pretty so far. I really hope this is going to wear really well, because as of right now, this is really beautiful on the skin. It's a very lightweight, but it's providing a really good amount of coverage. I picked up a new lip balm from Milana. This is their supercharged citrus lip balm, $7.99, and it's supposed to be a lightweight, moisture infusing lip treatment. And it smells really nice too, like a citrus. And it's not tinted. Ooh, it's actually tastes sweet also. All right, for eyebrows, we have a new eyebrow pencil by Catrice. This is their Clean ID Pure Eyebrow Pencil, 100% natural ingredients, and it's waterproof. I got shade Ash Brown, which is definitely a lot darker, but I figured I could use a very light pressure and see how it's going to work. So it has a nice spoolie on one end, and then this right here is the pencil. This is definitely a waxy pencil. I'm barely putting any pressure on, so I'm hoping it's going to blend really, really well. And this pencil retails for $5. And they do have other shades as well. I feel like this right here is kind of like an eyebrow pomade in a pencil form. Wow, I'm barely putting any pressure. And so much product, not product, but so much pigment is already down. Wow. And it's not retractable, you have to actually sharpen this. And that's the only thing I will say negative about this already. When you're using it, it's definitely a lot of product is leaving the pencil. So you can't really be precise with it. I feel like you're gonna have to sharpen it every single time you use it. And then for an eyebrow gel, this is by Pixi. This is their new brow tamer for $10. It says it holds brows in place all day, and that's it. All right, I'm not really liking this gel as of right now. It's not really combing through the hairs really well. It's kind of clumping a lot of the hairs, especially right here, and it looks crusty. I might need to just use another brow gel. Let's move on to concealer. We have a new concealer by Catrice. This right here is their True Skin High Cover Concealer, $7, and it's an 18-hour hydrating concealer. It is high coverage. It's not supposed to settle into fine lines. It's fresh and even, soft matte finish. So I'm hoping we can use either a brush or a sponge as well. And I have 2 shades. I have 02 Neutral Ivory and then 5 Warm Macadamia. Okay, it's definitely very creamy. All right, let's try a brush first and see how that's going to blend in. And it's definitely a little bit more on the yellow side. I wish it was a little more neutral than yellow. Okay, it's definitely not as high coverage as I was expecting. I feel like with a sponge, it might just soak it all up, but let's try it. You never know with some products. Yeah, see, it's definitely soaking up more of that product with the sponge, obviously. So let's go with a little bit more. I just want to add a little bit more coverage. All right, before I set the concealer, I really want to go with the bronzer first. and this is by e.l.f. This is their new putty bronzer. I got shade Tan Lines, and this retails for $6. And I've seen so many people talk about this, but this right here, it's highly pigmented. It's a buildable color for a natural sun-kissed glow, but it is a semi-matte finish, and it's great for all skin types. Again, I'm gonna use my favorite brush, Fenty Beauty 125 face brush. Okay, right away, this is reminding me of Patrick Ta, the cream bronzer. I feel like that one has a little bit more pigment, but oh my gosh, that's blending so nicely, and it's definitely buildable. It's pigmented, but it's not as pigmented as I was anticipating, but I'm happy with the way it's building up, and the color, ooh, that's really pretty. This is just a really soft contour slash bronzer. If you want something really light and nothing harsh, but super easy to work with, ooh, this is really beautiful. So let's set the face with Catrice. This is the True Skin Mineral Loose Powder with hyaluronic acid, and it's transparent. This right here retails for $8. Let's focus this under the eyes first, and it looks like we haven't creased too much under the eyes, which is really good. I feel like this concealer definitely is looking a little more radiant than matte. Looks really pretty. For eyeshadow primer, we have this new one by PYT Beauty. This is their Baby Got Base Eye Primer. I think that's such a fun name. And this right here retails for $14. So right here, they're claiming to have a sheer nude formula that works to extend eyeshadow color and vibrancy without creasing or fading. Like it. It's not oily or greasy, but it creates a matte finish. I do like the applicator. It's just a nice squeezy tube, just kind of looks like a lip gloss. And it's a very fluid formula. Let's see if that's too much. I'll go on both sides. Let's use my finger first. Ooh, it definitely has a little more of a tacky feeling. And it does have a little bit of a coverage, you can see that, but it's very sheer. I think it just does the perfect amount. All right, for eyeshadow palette, I'm really excited for this one. This is the new ColourPop, their Cabana Club eyeshadow palette for $18. Look at this. Look at these colors. You have really good transition shades. You have, this yellow looks really fun, but I saw a girl on their page at ColourPop. I think her name is Alyssa Janey. That's her Instagram handle. I'll have it right here. But she did the purple look with this pink look, and I really want to copy her because it looked so pretty and so wearable and just so stunning and very like chic and effortless. And then she paired it with a really beautiful purple eyeshadow. And I'm going to use this one right here by Makeup Revolution. This is their new eyeliner. Neon Heat colored liquid eyeliner for $7 in shade Sweet Lilac. And now let's go in with this purple shade right here called Cha Cha Cha. That's cute. Looks like it's pigmented. It's having a kind of a hard time. I'm gonna take more of a flat brush and really work the eyeshadow on here. Now let's take this brush, the first one, and just gently start buffing this out. And I'm gonna take a tiny little blending brush and pop right underneath. We're gonna smoke it out a little bit more. So I'm gonna switch the brush and go in with Bikini, which is that shade right there. And we're gonna pop that right in the center and just help kind of pop that in. And this one has so much fallout. Because that shade is so pigmented, I'm just gonna take the tiniest amount, take it up a little bit in the crease. I'm just thinking, I feel like I want to use my own brush for the inner corner eyeliner. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna go first in the inner corner. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time with having it stand out. So I'm gonna use Kiko Milano. This is their waterproof liquid eyeliner. Just any kind of darker plum shade will do. I did the tiniest little baby wing just because I want most of the look on the eyeshadow. All right, we have two mascaras we're gonna play with. First one is by Essence. This is their Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara. They sent this to me, so thank you, Essence. This retails for $4.99. And then e.l.f. This is their Big Mood Mascara. This one retails for $7. This is their Mega Volume and Lifting Mascara. And the brush is huge. But let's do the Lash Princess on the right and then Big Mood on the left. Ooh, okay. All right, first impression, I'm liking it. You can really separate your lashes and it's not clumping. I'm gonna give that at least like 20 seconds to get nice and dry. And let's go with the Big Mood. Ooh, okay, this one's really different. So it's not really adding as much product to my eyelashes in comparison to Lash Princess, but this one's a little bit more dark. Okay, it's a little bit too wet and it's weighing my lashes down right away. So I'm seeing that it's a big difference from each mascara. So for blush, we're gonna take the ColourPop, their blush sticks in shade Rum Runner. And this is their Cabana line as well. And it's a cream stick formula. Whoa, it's really creamy. Not as pigmented. Okay. It's supposed to be a lightweight hydrating blush stick, so that's really nice. We're gonna use another blush to top this right here. This right here is the Morphe 2 Quad Goals Multi-Palette, $16. You get an eyeshadow. Next we have, this is the cheeks in shade Papaya. That looks really pretty. I think this is gonna look really nice to set. Oh yeah, look at that. And then we have a lip, which is in Coral. And it's a nice cream. Oh, whoops. And then it says we have some kind of face in shade Sorbet. And it also looks like it's cream. That's really pretty though. And we're gonna use just the cheeks, just to set everything, kind of intensify that blush. We have two lip products. First one is by Makeup Revolution, and this is their Bratz Lip Crayon collection in shade Yasmin. Each retail for $10, and this is a rich, deep mauve tone. And it's a retractable pencil, which is really, really nice. Let's swatch this. Oh, that's very, very, very pretty. Very pretty. I think it's gonna look very nice. And then we have the ColourPop Cabana Lip Tint. So this is going in collaboration with the collection of the Cabana eyeshadow and then the cheek product. This right here is in shade Rosé Way. Okay, this is definitely a lot more pink. And this one retails for $8. Okay, so online, this one, they're saying it's a red coral, which it's definitely not a red coral. This is definitely very pink and very light. But this is a sheer wash of color and a comfiest, lightweight, super moisturizing formula. It's not saying that it's going to be super long lasting. So this is more of a reapplying type of a lip product. So let's apply this to lips and see how it's going to look. Okay, this is not bad, but I feel like I'd want it to be either darker or more corally. All right, let's take Makeup Revolution. So this one also, it's not really saying it's supposed to be super long wearing, but it is supposed to be a very smooth and creamy formula, which I definitely agree. It's definitely very smooth, it's creamy, and it's very pigmented. And it's actually really easy to apply. It's a very forgiving type of a color. Okay, so we have quite a bit of products that I really enjoyed. First was that foundation. I like that it's buildable. I really like the way it sits on the skin. I love the finish. It's a very soft focus, but also you have that glow from within. It's not very matte. It's just a really beautiful, like natural finish foundation. And I like that it's not exaggerating anything. I will say the concealer, it's looking a little bit heavy right here, and it's kind of not looking good on the pores. It could be the powder mixed with the concealer, but it's the same brand, it's Catrice, and it's also the True Skin, just like the concealer. So I'm not really liking how my pores are looking. They're looking a little dry and kind of exaggerated, but I really like how the blush is sitting on the cheeks, especially the Morphe blush. This right here is a really stunning little multi-palette. The next thing I really like is the eyeshadow. I'm really impressed that I was able to blend. I like how pigmented the bikini shade was, and I'm really excited to play with more of these shadows right here, especially this blue one looks insane. The bronzer, very beautiful. It's very buildable. I'm not sure how long wearing it's going to be, but I like how natural it looks. It doesn't look super heavy, doesn't look crazy defined, just a very natural little shadow happening, and I'm kind of into it. The only thing I will say, the eyebrow, this is the only thing I'm kind of like, nah, I could skip on this all day long. It's not there. It is not doing much for me. It's just kind of makes your eyebrows look a little crusty. The pencil I think is really nice. It's just, you have to be very cautious of how much pressure you put on your brows, depending on how light or dark your brow hairs are. But I think the color is really nice, really neutral, and I'm definitely gonna keep using it. All right, you guys, I'll keep you updated throughout the day, see how the makeup wears, and I'll see you in a little bit. Whew. Doing the first update, I just had dinner with Emirate and we're looking pretty good. It's a little bit shiny, but not bad. I was wearing a mask for a little over, I think it was like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And I really wanted to see what it would look like on the face. And quite a bit of makeup did come off, kind of rubbed off. And the lipstick also rubbed off, but it was a lot left over. But then after dinner, all the lipstick is gone. The one thing I will say, after wearing the mask and not taking it off, my face felt so dry, and it felt dry where I powdered the face, like right here, and right here. But it was kind of weird that it felt really dry right here because, you know, wear the mask up there. But I just wanted to say that if you are wearing a mask all day long, this is not as transfer resistant. It's not as transfer proof. That's the one thing. And it felt a little dry, but I think it's honestly just that powder that felt that way. The eyeshadow is still there. If anything, it's looking a tiny bit creased right here and right there in the inner corner, but we're looking pretty good. Okay, so doing the last and final update, and I want to see I'm having some kind of reaction on my face. You can see it right here and right here, really bad. I'm not sure if it's literally from the mask, so I'm not sure if it's the foundation, I'm not sure if it's the powder or whatever, but I'm having a really bad reaction. I have like so many tiny little bumps, and you can see that redness peeking through. Yeah, the foundation didn't wear as well as I thought it would. Even on the forehead, it's looking really greasy, extra greasy. I feel like I can see my reflection in the camera. And also the lip color, didn't wear as long, but again, I ate and I just didn't reapply, and it did not say it was a long-lasting formula, so I'm okay with the way it wore, and my lips feel really good. They don't feel dry whatsoever. So overall, it wasn't the best makeup wear for this new makeup from the drugstore, but there are really good products. Like I said, I'm still really intrigued about the foundation. I really hope it's not the foundation that's really freaking my skin out. But otherwise, you guys, I'm gonna leave the video here. Thank you so much for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Bye.